Hi, I'm Nancy with Red Leaf Digi-Scrapping. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to combine two photographs to create a ghostly image using Photoshop Elements. To create this effect, the first thing you need to do is take two photographs. The first is just the background that you want your ghost to appear in, and the second of the exact same background with the person who's going to become your ghost in it. Now, it's really important to make sure that the two photos are exactly the same, so if you have a tripod, use that to make sure that you don't end up with small differences because of hand motion. Once you've taken the two photos, download them from your camera and open both of them in Photoshop Elements. Once I have the two photos open in Photoshop Elements, the first step is to copy the photo with the ghost on top of the photo without the ghost so that both photos are in a single file. So make sure the Move tool is selected in your toolbox and then click on the photo with your ghost, hold the mouse button down and drag over on top of the background photo. Now I'm just going to minimize the original ghost photo so that I don't get confused with which photo I'm working with. And now I'm just going to pick up that ghost picture and just make sure that it's perfectly aligned inside the frame for the background photo so that the ghost photo is perfectly on top of the background, and that's really important. Next, I'm going to reduce the opacity of the ghost photo, so make sure that the layer with your ghost is selected in the Layers palette and click on the drop down arrow beside opacity. And then just start moving that slider bar down and you'll see your ghost start to fade out. So slide the slider bar around until you're happy with the effect and the amount of transparency. And I'm going to leave it right about there. Now the last step is optional, and that's just to fade out some areas of the ghost. So for example, we could fade out a little bit around the feet so it looks a little bit more ghostly. So to do that, we need to add an adjustment layer. So in the Layers palette, click on the Create Adjustment Layer icon. And we're going to create a Levels Adjustment layer. And then just click on OK from that dialog box. And you'll see that Levels Adjustment layer appear in your Layers palette. And next what we need to do is grab that layer and slide it down so that it's in between the background layer and the ghost layer. And then we're going to clip the ghost layer to it. So hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, move your cursor so that it's right in between the ghost layer and the adjustment layer, and you'll see your cursor turn into the two interconnected circles. Click once, and now you can see that your ghost layer is actually clipped to the adjustment layer. Now we're going to paint on that layer. So in my color palette, I have a medium gray selected, and I'm going to click on the brush tool. And you want to make sure you have a soft brush selected, so I'm going to work with the 300 soft round. And then making sure that Levels Adjustment layer is selected, come back over to the photo and just start painting on a little bit. And you'll see as you paint that where your painting starts to fade out. And if you look in the Layers palette, you'll also see those same marks appear on the adjustment layer. So I'm going to fade out her elbow a little bit there, her hand a little bit of the hair. And this part is really personal preference. You can just kind of play with it until you get the effect that you're looking for that ghostly image. Just soften some of the edges a little bit here. And once you're happy with your work, you can save your ghost image. This is my final ghost photo after I did a little bit more post-processing. For additional digital scrapbooking tutorials, or for more information on where you can purchase my digital scrapbooking products, visit www.redleafdigiscrapping.com. Thanks for joining me.